Acoelomate's Triploblastic body plan. An acoelomate is an animal that does not possess a body cavity, unlike coelomates or acoelomates. Animals with a true body cavity, acoelomates, lack a fluid-filled cavity between the body wall and digestive tract. Acoelomates have a triploblastic body plan, meaning that their tissues and organs develop from the three primary embryonic cell or germ cell layers. These tissue layers are endoderm or innermost layer, mesoderm or middle layer, and the ectoderm or outer layer. Different tissues and organs develop in these three layers. In humans, for example, the epithelial lining that covers internal organs and body cavities is derived from the endoderm. Muscle tissues and connective tissues such as bone, blood vessels, and lymphatic tissue are formed from mesoderm. These are the sample of simple life forms. Triploblasts may be acoelomates, eucoelomates, or eucoelomates. Eucoelomates have a body cavity within the mesoderm, called a coelom, which is lined with mesoderm tissue. Eucoelomates have a similar body cavity, but it is lined with mesoderm and endoderm tissue. In addition to not having a body cavity, acoelomates have simple forms and lack highly developed organ systems. For example, acoelomates lack a cardiovascular system and respiratory system and must rely on diffusion across their flat, thin bodies for gas exchange. Acoelomates commonly possess a simple digestive tract, nervous system, and excretory system. They have sense organs for detecting light and food sources, as well as specialized cells and tubules for eliminating waste. Acoelomates commonly have a single orifice that serves as both an inlet for food and an exit point for undigested waste. They have a defined head region and display bilateral symmetry, which means they can be divided into two equal left and right halves. Examples of acoelomates are found in the kingdom Animalia and the phylum Platyhelminthes, commonly known as flatworms. These invertebrate animals are unsegmented worms with a bilateral symmetry. Some flatworms are free-living and commonly found in freshwater habitats. Others are parasitic and often pathogenic organisms that live within other animal organisms. Examples of flatworms include planarians, flukes, and tapeworms. Ribbon worms of the phylum Nemertia have historically been considered to be acoelomates. However, these mainly free-living worms have specialized cavity called a rhynchocoel that some consider to be a true coelom. Planarians are free-living flatworms from the class Turbellaria. These flatworms are commonly found in freshwater habitats and in moist soil environments. They have elongated bodies and most species are brown, black, or white in color. Planarians have cilia on the underside of their bodies, which they use for movement. Larger planarians may also move as a result of muscular contractions. Notable characteristics of these flatworms are their flat bodies and triangular-shaped heads with a clump of light-sensitive cells on each side of the head. These eye spots function to detect light and also make the worms look as if they are cross-eyed. Special sensory cells called chemoreceptor cells are found in the epidermis of these worms. Chemoreceptors respond to chemical signals in the environment and are used to locate food. Predators and scavengers. Planarians are predators and scavengers that commonly feed on protozoans and small worms. They feed by projecting their pharynx out of their mouths and onto their prey. They secrete enzymes that help to initially digest the prey before it is sucked into the digestive tract for further digestion. Since planarians have a single opening, any undigested material is expelled through the mouth. Planarians are capable of both sexual and asexual reproduction. They are hermaphrodites and have both male and female reproductive organs, the testes and ovaries. Sexual reproduction is most common and happens as two planarians mate, fertilizing eggs in both flatworms. Planarians may also reproduce asexually through fragmentation. In this type of reproduction, the planarian divides into two or more fragments that can each develop into another fully formed individual. Each of these individuals is genetically identical. Flukes or trematodes are parasitic flatworms from the class Trematoda. They may be internal or external parasites of vertebrates including fish, crustaceans, mollusks, and humans. Flukes have flat bodies with suckers and spines that they use to attach to and feed off their host. Like other flatworms, they have no body cavity, circulatory system, or respiratory system. They have a simple digestive system consisting of a mouth and digestive pouch. Some adult flukes are hermaphrodites and have both male and female sex organs. Other species have distinct male and female organisms. Flukes are capable of both asexual and sexual reproduction. They have a life cycle that typically includes more than one host. The primary stages of development occur in mollusks, while the latter mature stage occurs in vertebrates. Asexual reproduction in flukes most often occurs in the primary host, while sexual reproduction most often occurs in the final host organism. Human host. Humans are sometimes the final host for some flukes. These flatworms feed off of human organs and blood. Different species may attack the liver, intestines, or lungs. Flukes of the genus Scytosoma are known as blood flukes and cause the disease schistosomiasis. This type of infection causes fever, chills, muscle aches, and if left untreated, may result in an enlarged liver, bladder, cancer, spinal cord inflammation, and seizures. Fluke larvae first infect snails and reproduce within them. The larvae leave the snail and infest water. When the fluke larvae come in contact with human skin, they penetrate the skin and enter the bloodstream. The flukes develop within veins, feeding off of blood cells until reaching adulthood. When sexually mature males and females find one another and the female actually lives within a channel on the male's back, the female lays thousands of eggs that ultimately leave the body through the host phases of urine. Some eggs may become trapped in body tissues or organs, causing inflammation. Tapeworms are long flatworms of the class Cestoda. These parasitic flatworms can grow in length from less than 1/2 inch to over 50 feet. They may inhabit one host in their life cycle or may reside in intermediate hosts before maturing in the final host. Tapeworms live in the digestive tract of several vertebrate organisms including fish, dogs, pigs, cattle, and humans. Like flukes and planarians, tapeworms are hermaphrodites. However, they are capable of self-fertilization. The head region of the tapeworm is called the solix, and it contains hooks and suckers for attaching to a host. The elongated bodies contain several segments called proglottids. As the tapeworm grows, the proglottids furthermost away from the head region detach from the tapeworm body. These structures contain eggs that are released into the host feces. A tapeworm does not have a digestive tract but obtains nourishment through the digestive processes of its host. Nutrients are absorbed through the outer covering of the tapeworm's body. Spread by ingestion. Tapeworms are spread to humans by the ingestion of understood or substances contaminated with an egg-infested fecal matter. When animals such as pigs, apple, or fish can use tapeworm eggs, the eggs develop into larvae in the animal's digestive tract. Some tapeworm larvae can penetrate the digestive wall to enter the blood vessel and be carried by blood circulation to muscle tissue. These tapeworms become enveloped in protective cysts that remain lodged in the tissue of the animal. Should the raw meat of an animal infected with tapeworms be eaten by an human, after tapeworms develop in the digestive tract of the human host, the mature adult tapeworm cell segments of its body communicates, containing hundreds of eggs in the feces of its host. The cycle will begin in with an animal consumes feces contaminated with tapeworm eggs.